Okay, what's poppin', people?
Yeah.
What's poppin'? How you doing? How you feeling? Hopefully you guys had a great weekend, a good Father's Day, and we are glad to be back with you doing a Dynasty startup mock draft. Do us a favor, go ahead and drop a like on your way in to support the show. And for those who want to get into today's mock draft, how can they go about doing that, Badake?
Yeah, guys, if you guys want to join the mock draft, all you have to do is join our Discord. Link in the description. I see a couple of people already asking the question. The link should be in the description. Now, link is also in the chat. Once you join our Discord, go to the far left tab. You see Fantasyland tab with the orange footballs. Go there, go to content releases. There should be a little drop down that says content releases. That's exactly where I'll be posting a link to this mock draft and every other mock draft, whether that's on our redraft channel or our Dynasty channel. So once again, join our Discord, link in the description below, link in the chat. Go to the Fantasyland tab with the orange footballs on the far left. Then go to content releases, and that's exactly where I'll be posting a link to this mock draft. And as I say that, I'm going to join the mock draft that Zach has sent me. And I'm going to send that link out to you guys. I just also want to remember where I drafted last.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
While he's doing that, we see you guys in the chat. Let us know who we're hanging out with. What's up, Dan? He says that he finally got Discord. Jordan says that he saw that. What's up, Phil? Link will be dropped in the Dizzy. Styles says, Zach, never forget that one stream when you said bumbaclot and then asked what it meant.
Saying stuff you don't know.
Education is important, right? That's what we're looking for. What's up, Gator fan? What's up, Phil? We post links in the Discord. C-Bro says, feeling good, played some Diablo 4, and now going to try and draft. What's up, Brandon?
Diablo 4? Come on, baby.
So let's take a second because I guess some people are visual learners. So let's take a second and show you guys exactly where the links always are, okay? So you go to the Flock Fantasy Discord, correct? And then under the Fantasyland tab, you guys see that right there? This is the Fantasyland tab right here. That's us. That's where we live. That's where all of our stuff lives. You see content releases. Bang, there's the link right there, y'all. So
Chitty, bang,
this is where the links are always sent anytime we're doing a mock draft. So some people are visual learners. Maybe you are one of those people. And that's how you can join. By the way, if you want articles from myself, from Badake, if you want our latest up-to-date rankings for Dynasty Superflex, one quarterback best ball, soon to be redrafted, if you want bonus content from the entire team over there, go ahead and use our code LAND at flockfantasy.com/land for 30% off your membership. And a lot of you guys would have seen the live stream we did yesterday where we were breaking down people's Dynasty teams. If you want that to happen for yourself, all you have to do is choose the Mother Flocker tier when using our code. And then on a Sunday night, we'll be looking at grading one of your Dynasty teams as you'll unlock the roster submissions tab. And yeah, so this is a 2023 Superflex PPR Dynasty startup mock draft. This is not tied in premium. So let's go ahead and start this thing off. I've taken the 101. So I'll go ahead and take Patrick Mahomes. And now Badake's on the clock. Hopefully that helps Dan to find the link. No third round reversal. Yeah. We did switch it up last week. We switched it up. Gave a third round reversal last week.
We did. It was fun. I think we did a tight end premium, didn't we?
We did a tight end premium. Yeah, we're switching it up for you guys pretty consistently.
Yeah.
Hugo said just had a 10-team startup. Okay, nice. Okay. Hopefully that was good. Okay, yeah, you're right. Justin Jefferson at the 1-4. Before Burrow,
comes in and shakes it up here.
Before Lamar Jackson, before Justin Herbert. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's we don't see it all the time.
Yeah, not something I would do personally, especially with Burrow, Lamar, Herbert still on the board there, especially in the Superflex. But I mean, this is why we mock Trevor Lawrence falling at the 110. I mean, that's phenomenal.
Oh my God!
If you love Trevor Lawrence, or if you're a Trevor Lawrence believer,
that's insane. Trevor Lawrence at the 110.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's wild.
yeah, I mean, interesting.
Well,
Jamar Chase at the 1.8, Bijan at the 1.9.
I mean, this is like, I don't think you can have a more ideal start than being all the way at the 110 and somehow landing Trevor Lawrence in a super flex league.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know how you have a better start than that. Because not only do you get a quarterback that's well worthy of being a top 6 pick, you also get to go in like what, 4 picks from then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Beal to the Suns.
Beal.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I personally, I understand why the Wizards did it. I just think that they made some really poor decisions on not selling Bradley Beal at the right time, because you didn't get a single.
My mom's calling me. Sorry, 1 second.
Okay, you didn't get a single first round pick for Bradley Beal. I mean, you got Chris Paul on the expiring contract. Obviously, you're going to start clearing cap. You want some more flexibility with your team. You want to tank. You want to rebuild. But, I mean, there was a point where you could have gotten, like, equivalent to 3 first-round picks. You know, you could have gotten, let's say, a young player that someone likes and 2 first-round picks. Like, what was it? The deal that went down last year for the Jazz guy, Donovan Mitchell. Like, you could have got a deal like that a couple years ago. I just felt like they held on a little bit too long, and it ended up hurting the value they got for Bradley Beal. So, to each their own. I mean, I just feel like they're going to struggle with depth in Phoenix, and then if you're a Wizards fan, you have to feel pretty awful about the return. Had to keep refreshing. Yeah, that's weird, Dan. I will say that desktop is definitely more responsive than your iPhone. Okay, So keep in mind, this is not a tight end premium league. Travis Kelce's a second round pick here, so that's interesting. This is a very peculiar draft so far. A lot of things falling in ways we didn't expect.
This is very, very interesting. I mean, wow. I'm gonna take Bryce Young here.
Okay, Bryce Young off the board.
Just wasn't expecting. I mean, Jordan's going different route here. Travis Kelce at the 2.8.
Yeah, this is very interesting start. I'm gonna go Dak Prescott, and then I'll take a little Chris Olave.
A little Chris Olave there.
Welcome to the squad, brother. What's up, Sean? Welcome in, DK or JMO and White / B-Rob. If that's Rashad White, I'm fine with the JMO side, but it depends if you're competing or not. What's up, Albert? Welcome in, my man.
Alberto.
Yeah, I think people know it's Superflex, Josh. I don't know. I mean, I think we clarified that, but.
So go wide receiver, running back. Oh, man. I think I'm going to go running back. I think I'm going to go Jahmyr Gibbs here. I mean, I'll switch it up as well if everyone else is.
Okay, so Jordan gets a little stack of Waddle and Tua.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wow. This is a very interesting start. That's all I'll say. I mean, not what we're used to seeing, but it kind of reminisces like a real draft in the way of like the uncertainty. And now Charles is on the clock. A lot of these teams have a chance to do something that is ridiculous, and they're all passing on it.
I agree.
CJ Stroud at the 3-7. I mean, that is wild, man. Jeez.
Never seen him go that low before.
I would have taken CJ Stroud as high as the 2-6 if Prescott and Young were gone. But to get Breece Hall, CJ Stroud, and Justin Herbert, that's a ridiculous start. Well done.
Yeah, that's good. That is good. John had to go say there. You love to see it. So a couple teams going late quarterback here, it looks like. I mean, John and FFB. You know, Jordan kind of did the late quarterback strat, getting 2 at the 3, 4. It's a lot of single quarterback, I guess. What I'm really trying to say here. So,
yeah, it is pretty good value calling for Stroud there. Oh, that's awesome, Sean. Thanks for watching the streams, man. Appreciate you. If you guys are watching and you've yet to drop a like, do us a favor, go ahead and hit the like button. Just such a simple way to support the stream. Okay. JSN falling that far, I'm surprised. Drake London falling that far, I'm surprised. Kyle Pitts, I guess that's probably where he's going at the moment. But Stroud falling that far, I'm surprised. A lot of things really surprised me today, but hey, this is why we mock. It's fun. It's fun to see different opinions.
It is fun. It is fun. So let's see what that looks like. I mean, Christian said in the current startup, and I got Stroud in the middle of the 4th. I mean,
wow, that's wild.
That's wild.
So much disrespect.
Yeah.
Are we taking Tyreek over T or London? I would say this, regardless of my strategy, I am definitely taking both of those players over Tyreek Hill.
Exactly.
And it's not that I disrespect Tyreek Hill, that I don't like Tyreek Hill. It's just, you know, even in the span of like 2 years, you could regret that pick. But I still think Tyreek Hill is a great pick for win now teams specifically. I just think the best value is with those young, potentially elite wide receivers in Dynasty.
Yeah, completely agree. Completely second that. I think it was Daniel Jones at the 4 or 5. John getting the Saquon Barkley and DJ Stack here with Jamar Chase and AJ Brown. I mean, this could be a decent start here for John.
Yeah.
I'm loving it here. There goes Christian Watson. I'm having fun.
Yeah. Let's see how the board falls. I mean, I was surprised at the 212 to have the option between Dak and Stroud, and even more surprised to see him fall all the way to the 3-7. Yeah. Sean says, what trade in your fantasy career do you regret the most, or which one sticks out to you, if any? I would say this time last year, I sold Elijah Mitchell for a 3rd round pick the year before. So this time last year, Elijah Mitchell looked like the starter. To me, that was a bad pick. But I don't think I've made any terrible Dynasty trades. Not to say that I'm incredible, but I can't think of a trade in Dynasty that necessarily has completely ruined my teams. What I will say is I bet on Allen Robinson a lot as a late round value in Dynasty last year, and that definitely hurt some of my teams. Mm-hmm. But I personally can't think of a trade that I feel like I've been completely screwed over by.
Yeah. I think for me is my infamous 1st round pick. For essentially I did that for Allen Robinson, but my original thought process was supposed to be Chris Olave, but I didn't realize Zach was literally the pick right before me, and I traded that pick. I was like, I'm gonna get Chris Olave, and then he took him, and then I panicked and took Allen Robinson, and that was just the worst thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
But GG's happens.
What can you do? What can you do?
Too honest to me. What are you thinking here?
I'm definitely gonna go Jordan Addison with one of these picks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't see a scenario in which Treylon Burks is falling back to me.
Okay.
So I'll go Addison, and then I'll go Treylon. He probably falls. I mean, I guess if anyone's watching and they're drafting with us, let us know if you would have drafted him in the 5th or 6th round. I just don't think he would have come back to me at the 6-12.
Yeah, especially when you play on the edges, you're gonna have to reach a little bit to kind of get your guy. I think that's the biggest thing here. And sorry, I'm just seeing. Never mind. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. You had to on the edges. You might have to 20 picks until Zach's next pick. That's a lot of players in between there, and maybe Treylon Burks doesn't come back. So I agree.
Style says, yep, would have taken him in the 5th. So yeah, I know for sure he wouldn't have made it past the 5-11. Thoughts on Cup and Dynasty? You know. Yeah, I think between the two of us, I have Cup ranked a little bit higher. I just think that as much as we plan for the future, typically when you're in season, people value players differently. And I think Cup will be one of those names where he's probably a top 5 wide receiver by week 8. And then he easily is getting you first round picks. I said picks, maybe multiple late firsts, maybe a valuable mid first. So to me, when I look at that offense, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, I don't see how Kupp fails to be an incredible value this year outside of injury. But I do have my concerns long term because I think outside of this year, there will be a ton of question marks this time next year. Will Sean McVay still be the coach? Will Matthew Stafford still want to play football? Will Cooper Kupp still be the same player at the age of will he be 30? So I worry a little bit less about his age and his prime right now and more about the surrounding factors where what happens if Stafford leaves, what happens if Sean McVay leaves, and those have been rumored events for quite some time now. So
last year, yeah. So that's big, and that's kind of why I have him lower. I would say significantly lower than the community. I think he's phenomenal fantasy asset, a phenomenal fantasy wide receiver in a redraft perspective. He's top 3. Right, top 2 and for some people. So I think it's great. I think it really depends on how you want to build your team in this scenario. You know, if I'm Jordan right now and I see Jefferson, Waddle, Tua, I'm still going with the younger piece. I'm probably still going Christian Watson, or I'm trying to go Quincy. I'm going Jordan Addison. I'm going Treylon. I'm going Jerry. I'm going all those guys over Cooper Kupp because of the age and the question marks around the staff as a whole. So in a dynasty perspective, I'm kind of pushing it until I can get a good value, but that's usually never.
Yeah. Yeah. Anthony says, my first rookie draft ever, I traded a first to jump up one pick and select Kyle Pitts. Pick I originally had was Chase. Whew, that's tough.
Yeah, that's unlucky.
That's tough. Are you high on Hawk? I
am.
I think, Badake is. I just don't think Hawkinson is this like ceiling player. I think he's a solid, reliable, around 10 points type of tight end. I just don't think that TJ Hawkinson is ever going to be in the Travis Kelce category or in the George Kittle category, Mark Andrews category, where he ever is the tight end 1 on a season. He'll get you a reliable 10 to 12 fantasy points, but I don't see a scenario in which he's ever this like league winning tight end. He feels good to have, but he's just the definition of like mid in my opinion. So that's just my personal opinion. I think he's a fine athlete. He's a good receiver, but I just don't think he's ever going to give you some sort of elite ceiling that I think Andrews, Pitts, and Kelce all have. So, yeah, I have my own concerns around TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, I mean, I like Hawkinson. I love this offense that he's in. He's still very young, only 25 years old on a high-powered offense. Yeah, it's just Kirk Cousins, what's happening there, but I think longevity, I'm really happy to draft TJ Hawkinson. I like him. I think he's worthy of, a late 4th, early 5th round pick. I think I don't think he's with the Travis Kelce's or Mark Andrews. He's my tight end 3 right now, and I feel really comfortable saying that, especially with the youth. And yeah, he may not be a tight end 1 type caliber, but I think he's a consistent tight end 3. And that's weird. That sounds
just
weird
not
to say.
a sexy pick for me based off of ADP.
Yeah.
Like his career high in points per game is 12.7. Like, is that, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not on board with him being a top 5 pick.
I get it, but
top 5 round pick in a non-tight end premium format. Maybe in a tight end premium, but
maybe in a tight end premium. But I think as a talent and the youth, I'm actually really excited to have him over, the Evan Ingrams and Njokus. And I think, the price may not be.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, the price between those two is so different. You can get Njoku and Ingram at a much, much discounted price than that.
Yeah, and I agree. But I just think TJ Hawkinson as a talent, I think, is worthy of that personally. Yeah. And especially the offense that he's on. Especially the offense that he's on.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we saw Njoku do it 1 year. We saw Evan Ingram do it 1 year, and we've seen history with T.J. Hawkinson, being a top fantasy relevant tight end compared to.
Before this year, his high in points per game was 7th. This year, his high in points per game is 4th. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't see it.
Sure. Yeah, it's something that we see different. So
No,
I'm on the clock here.
Sure.
That's a classic, and I have no idea who I'm gonna take. I think I'm gonna take Jameis Winston or Jameson Williams.
Son of a bitch.
Winston.
You
didn't even realize that I was on the clock. Didn't
realize. Yeah, in non-tight end premium formats, I'm not touching Hawk at his ADP personally. I mean, I just don't think he's that big of a difference maker. Man, this is tough. Jameson Williams was the obvious pick for me. You son of Satan just took the pick straight from my hands. What do I do now?
You tell me. You tell me, huh?
I guess we'll go Terry and a little Zay.
A little Zaza.
Keep building around the wide receiver room here.
A little Zaza. I was hoping to get Zaza there.
Where are you guys comfortable drafting Trey Lance these days is the question. I would say probably around this round. Round 6. Round 6 is the first time I would draft him. And I know there's a lot of analysts out there who are saying he's deserving of like a top 3 round pick or a top 4 round pick. I don't know. I just think there's so much uncertainty. I'm not sure I can get around him being drafted in the top 4 rounds, but if I knew for sure he was a starter in San Francisco, it's no question. Of course he'd be worth that. No one really knows what the heck is going on.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Trey has been a massive punt for me this year. And, kind of like with the TJ Hawkinson value side, I mean, not TJ Hawkinson, but like if I'm going to draft Trey Lance in the 7th round, but get Brock Purdy in the 10th, 11th round, I'd rather do that and just take my chances, obviously hoping that he's going to start, which all reports are saying that he is going to be the starting quarterback. But
Trey Lance?
Once again, no, Brock Purdy.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. So I'd rather have Brock Purdy right now because with the reports, but I agree with Zach. We have no idea what's going to happen. Is he going to be ready? Same injury as Ben Roethlisberger, but
I don't even think that Kyle Shanahan knows what he's going to do. That's the thing. Like, I don't think any of these reports mean anything. I don't even think.
Should we call him up and ask him if he needs any help?
Yeah, I'm sure he would love that.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to the 90+ people watching the stream. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Do us a favor. Go ahead and drop a like to show some love. If you want to see another mock draft, then help us get to our like goal of 125 likes. We'll pop off a second one for you if you help us get there. But thanks for hanging out with us. Drop a like, be a friend, help grow the channel.
Yeah.
Do you know Chris Olave? Yeah, I know him. Do we think Addison takes away from a Hawk? I definitely think so. I think he's a much more formidable target eater than what Adam Thielen was at his age. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see him taking a lot of opportunities, but I think I guess it depends on how much we project Addison to get in targets. Because we saw Adam Thielen have like over 110 plus targets, so I think
he had 107 last year.
Okay, so 107. I think Addison could take maybe 120, have 120, 115 area, even more, to be honest. I think it just depends on what that looks like.
Yeah.
But if he's just purely taking Adam Thielen's targets, and we're projecting that, I think Hawkinson can still have a good fantasy finish.
Sure.
Especially with Kirk Cousins and how he really spreads the ball around.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Hawkinson here, right, who averaged less than 1 more point per game than Dallas Goedert, and Dallas Goedert goes 2 full rounds below him. Like, again, I just don't think that Hawkinson's a good pick at ADP.
Yeah.
Ribalicia says, thanks, Scott. I'm going to start up 803. Ridley is there, and so is Lance. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough for sure.
I would say this: if I'm going to draft Trey Lance, I need to secure Brock Purdy. That's all I'm going to say, and that's what I told everyone. If you have Trey Lance, get Purdy. If you have Purdy, go get Trey Lance or sell them to the Trey Lance owner. Vice versa. That's always my biggest takeaway. I don't want to be stuck in this area where I don't have a quarterback. I would hate that. So that was one of my biggest things all off season.
Yeah.
Like in team, I'm interested to see if Team 9 is going to draft Brock Purdy or if somebody's going to try to take him away. Right? Because I think a lot of people use that as trade bait. Everyone has done it before. And people rather hold.
For the sub, Kinnan.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. And I agree.
Well, there goes Purdy.
Yeah, you see, and it's just tough. It's just, and that's John's second quarterback there, and he could have gone so many different ways. But like, if he's truly the starter, who's only 23, 24 years old, I would just rather do that. And if you can't, and Styles, if you can't sell Purdy, then I'm holding him, but I'm making other arrangements to keep or to look for a quarterback. Let's just say you have a team like Daniel Jones and Brock Purdy, and you need another quarterback. I'm looking and doing everything to get somebody else, a Russell Wilson, a Jordan Love, a Kirk Cousins, a Derek Carr, Kenny Pickett. I don't care who it is. I'm trying to get a third quarterback on my team because I don't want to come to the middle of the season where Brock Purdy is like, well, Trey Lance, we're going to give Trey Lance some opportunity now. I just don't want to be in that position.
Dynasty Day Trader, welcome in, man. He says, been super busy. Hope you're all doing well. Definitely doing well. I caught the fantasy couch. I know he's really great at what he does and well respected in the industry. I think he does great work. It popped up on my feed, a rookie draft that you did with him, and gave that a watch. That looked like a bunch of fun. So Kittle at the 8-10. This is what I'm saying. Like, dude, George Kittle scored more points per game. I know he's older, but how long do we really plan out in fantasy? Kittle's 29. I mean, he'll be good for the next 3 years, and he scored more points per game than Hawkinson. He's going 1, 2, 3, almost 3.5 rounds later. I can't get on board. Guys.
Can't get on board.
This is where I will take Rashad White. I like the value there. And I don't think it's time to go tight end yet. Oh, Alexander Madison still. That's probably ADP.
There it is.
I'll take him there. That's probably ADP. He shouldn't be that low. What format is this? Superflex,
yep.
PPR, non-tight end premium. The disrespect. What's up, LT Gray? Anthony says, have Lance as my quarterback too. Team with Purdy offered me Purdy/Nico for my 24 first. First should be mid to late. Thinking my team will compete too much to give up for Purdy. I don't want to give up a first for Purdy.
Exactly. I'm not giving up a first for Purdy. And I would rather give up my first, that 24 first, to get a Jared Goff, to get Kenny Pickett, to get somebody else that I believe in a little bit more. You could probably get a Tua. You might have to throw a little bit more to that, Anthony, in that trade. But I'm doing that every time. And just keeping Purdy. Because if he is the starter, then that Trey Lance owner might come back to you, or whoever might come back to you and be like, "Yo, I need a quarterback now," and then maybe you can get a first from there, or whatever that looks like. So, I would definitely not sell Purdy, or not buy Purdy for a 24 first.
Yeah, agreed. So we see Sam Laporta James Cook, Rashad Bateman, and Kendre Miller all off the board.
Yeah. Cam Akers at the 9-3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 18, 19, 26. RB 26. Okay. Okay.
Currently 4 subscribers away from 8,300. So if you've been a long time lurker, help
Appreciate
us get
you
to
guys.
that 8,300 mark. It
Yeah.
always looks good when it goes 0-0 or whatever.
Devon A. Chain.
Devon off the board. I do like these teams from 8 and 9. The issue is their wide receiver rooms outside of their top 2 is just, there's not much depth there.
Yeah.
I do like this team 11, getting Fields, Watson, then JSN, Dotson, Ayuk, Cooper, Keenan, getting a little Mark Andrews, DeAndre Swift. That's a good team.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones goes off the board here at the 9-12. Yeah, test the market, Anthony, for sure.
Yeah. Agreed.
There's definitely a risk reward with the whole Lance Purdy situation, but
Mm-hmm.
it's really difficult to put your finger on what's going to happen there. Very difficult.
Honor.
James Conner at the 10-2 right after Mike Williams, and we are officially in the 10th round of this draft. Picking from the 112 was rough, A says. I think you did well. I like the Murray pick. I like the Richardson pick. Pitts was good value. Diggs, DJ, Pollard was great value.
Well, I just realized Rich went at the 112. Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
He does sneak into the first round every once in a while.
Yeah, okay. Wow. I mean, I don't know why. I just thought that was like Watson or something.
Yeah.
That was just weird. Didn't realize that.
Dalvin Cook off the board with Kadarius Toney right after him.
Literally, as that happened, I got a notification on ESPN. Free agent Dalvin Cook says he's interested in teaming up with DeAndre Hopkins on the Adam Schefter podcast. Of course, he would be. Duh.
Yeah, I just think his agent is just trying to create noise around his name at the moment. I mean, there was a report that came out where he was talking about his shoulder and was saying that it was healthy. It was like, great. I mean, like, yeah, it should be at this point, I think the quote was, "It's always in the back of your head when you take any carry. My shoulder could possibly come out. Now that's over. I can be Dalvin Cook." I mean, why is this report coming out now? I mean, you've been healthy for. Maybe I'm wrong. He has been healthy for the last month. I don't know.
He's always had the shoulder issue, like even last year. Like remember,
Yeah.
every
for
single
sure.
year his shoulder gets dislocated. So apparently he got surgery now that is going to help that.
No, I get that. I just don't
Yeah.
know that it's like breaking news or anything.
Right. I hear you. Okay, what to do here? Dry your eyes. I think I know where I'm gonna go. I think I'm going to go. I have to go B-Rob here. I like me some B-Rob.
Okay, Brian Robinson off the board. Sam Howell's the easy pick for me here. And then I'm going to look at another option. Do I add to this wide receiver room? I could go tight end, but I still feel like there's great value on the board. I don't want to force it, really. I'd rather add in other areas. Let's man, Tank Bigsby and AJ Dillon just don't feel like fun picks. I mean, they're not fun picks, but I don't know. It's just, what's the upside?
Let's go.
Okay, we'll go a little Mingo, and then we'll go Sam Howell here.
Yeah, okay. I thought you wouldn't go Mingo there. Okay. That switches things
Well,
up.
I definitely wasn't gonna go Brian Robinson. You knew that.
Yeah, I know that. I just didn't think you'd go Mingo either. I mean, I thought I was just
Fair.
I thought you would go somebody else, like just somebody else in general.
Yeah.
Um,
Cody says J Kovacs is
John.
killing it. I definitely like the team. I just I don't feel super comfortable with the quarterbacks, and outside of the wide receiver 1 and 2, I don't love the wide receiver depth. And in a non-tight end premium format, I'm not sure I would have had 2 rookie tight ends myself on the squad. But Gator says, do you guys mock to prepare for your home leagues or just set up your rankings and see how the board falls? I mean, we're mocking pretty much every day. So we know how the board falls in Dynasty and Best Ball and Redraft. So when it does come to draft, I mean, we'll definitely find out what our position is and have a think about the people around us. But we're pretty, like, I think we've prepared ourselves as much as we possibly could then to just see how the board falls and take the best player available at those times.
Yeah. Especially in home leagues. Home leagues are different. Everyone drafts differently. Everyone's knowledge is different in home leagues. You know, obviously they're not, you know, I would say in tune as much as we are, or believe in players as much as we do.
Yeah.
And they will, I would say, like, our home leagues can get pretty wild actually, just like all you guys' home leagues.
Yeah.
You know, people go higher, people are falling, people don't believe in these guys. You know, people still believe running back should be all in the first round or whatever the case may be. It just really depends. But yeah, I agree with Zach. You know, we do mock drafts all the time. I think we're pretty prepared for that, especially with our rankings.
Yeah.
Mac Jones, brother Jones, could be a top quarterback here with DeAndre Hopkins all the way.
Hey, if D-Hop does join, then Mac Jones, people who held on, should feel great about that.
I got one stock of brother Mac, if I'm not mistaken. Sell him high.
We see Lockett off the board. Downs, Jaden Reed, Matt Stafford goes. Khalil Herbert goes. Stafford's really difficult to gauge. You know, in a league recently, I actually sold Matt Stafford. What league was that? Can't remember off the top of my head, but sold him recently in a deal involving Rashad Bateman.
Beatty City.
What's Beatty City? I've never heard someone say that.
Beatty City? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Pity City?
Pity City, Beatty City? Maybe.
I've never heard Beatty City.
Well, I'm creating it, baby. Beatty City.
Let's see if it catches on. What league was that where I traded him? Man. Cannot remember off the top of my head at the moment. Was it India? Yes, India. The India League.
Got him.
So, this is the trade. I got Rashad Bateman and Darren Waller. Sent away Stafford, Pierce, and a third. And I felt comfortable doing that because of my quarterback room, which has Justin Herbert, Daniel Jones, and Sam Howell. So I just felt like Stafford was kind of expendable at that moment. And I feel good about Darren Waller this year. I love Darren Waller. And we've got Kyle Pitts. So just add a little oomph to the tight end room.
Yeah.
And Njoku off the board at the 12-3. Tank Bigsby at the 12-2. Then Juju goes off the board. So Blizzy is getting the stack, the Mac Jones and Juju stack.
Yeah, man. That's what I was hoping. I actually like Look, if no one goes there to compete with Juju Smith, I think he can be sneaky. Just sneaky flex option.
Yeah.
You're nothing crazy.
Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, exactly. Jacoby Myers. Like it's when when you had Jacoby Myers and you need somebody someone else on by, I was happy to start Jacoby personally. Obviously, some people
I wasn't
may
happy
start
to do it, but I mean, I would.
Yeah,
I wasn't like thrilled, but
Juju's clearly the better overall talent versus Jacoby, I would say, and if he can stay healthy with them knees and whatever else problems he got, that we should see some cool stuff happening with him, man. I mean, what did he average last year?
I don't think you're gonna find much exciting stuff there, but I definitely want to have a look at it. I kind of feel the same styles. Ramondre is the only one I really want from the Pats, but
I would definitely agree. But if I can get him in, what do you go here? We're in the 12th round. I'm happy to take a flyer. You know, I mean, at this point, you either going. I guess let me rephrase this. In a dynasty, I'll go with the rookies. I'll say that for sure. In a redraft perspective, if he's going late, maybe he's a late round, a last pick, or whatever the case may be, I'm happy to take a flyer on him in that perspective.
Luke says Hurts in a late first for Herbert and Garrett Wilson. I'll take the Herbert and Garrett Wilson side. I think Justin Herbert's getting way too much disrespect at the moment. That's a no-brainer for me. AJ Dillon at the 12-10. I love the pick.
I want Damian Harris there.
I was hoping AJ or Sky was going to fall to me. I thought they were both very good picks. Neither did. However, I do feel like I can now go tight end, which will probably be Evan Ingram. Maybe Greg Dulcich. A lot of options this late. Wide receivers, I'm not going to say it's dead, but it's pretty thin right around here.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest.
Let's, with this team, I feel like Evan Ingram's a better pick at tight end this year. Let's go Evan. And let's add Samaje then. Let's add Samaje.
Oh, Samaje.
Little starter there for 6 games or so while Javonte is healing up.
Oh, P. Ryan.
I like this team. So I'd be looking at a Patrick Mahomes, Rashad White, Alexander Madison, Olave, Addison, Ingram, Treylon, Terry, Zay. Could probably put Samaje over one of these rookies depending on who comes out of the gates quicker. Sam Howell could flex for me. Yeah, I feel good about the squad. What NFL record do you guys see breaking this year?
Wow, NFL record. I mean,
I could see the reception yardage record being broken. What's it at the moment? At the moment, it's 1,964 yards set by Calvin Johnson. So 1,694. The league is continually passing the ball more and more.
What was the record again? Sorry.
The record is with Calvin Johnson. It's 1,964. And I could see Justin Jefferson maybe doing that. I could see Tyreek Hill potentially doing that. Those are the 2 names I would say that realistically have a chance. I guess maybe Jamar Chase, but with T. Higgins there, maybe not.
I mean, wasn't Cooper Kupp on pace for that this year?
Cooper Kupp could do it. Yeah, actually, Cooper Kupp could definitely do it. There's not much competition there. But yeah, I could see that Kupp, Justin Jefferson, or Tyreek Hill getting that done.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows what Tyreek Hill would have finished if Tua played every single game.
Yeah.
I mean, his stats could have looked, very different. And if I'm not mistaken, Like his splits with and without Tua were pretty significant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say those three names: Kupp, Jefferson, and Tyreek could break the receiving yardage record. I guess who else do you think out there? You got another.
I was thinking Jameer Gibbs breaking something. I just don't know what that is.
Right.
As a rookie, what's that?
Like a rookie record?
Yeah, like a rookie receiving yards by running back or something ridiculous like that, or
right.
That's kind of what I'm envisioning. I don't know what that looks like, but Jameer Gibbs doing something ridiculous in the air as a running back. I mean, does he get the 100+ targets that Austin Eckler got this year? And finishes.
So the most receiving yards from a rookie running back is 874 by Terry Kirby in 1993.
Wow. I mean, that's
874 that's a lot.
That is a lot. I mean,
could happen.
I mean, Austin Eckler didn't even break that this year.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara's third on that list in 2017 with 826. That'd be a big ask, but I mean,
yeah,
it's possible.
Yeah, that's just it's interesting. He'll have to go crazy.
I wonder what CMC did his rookie season. As a rookie, CMC had 651 yards and 80 receptions. Imagine drafting Christian McCaffrey as a rookie. Oh my God.
You just knew something, didn't you?
200 IQ. ABC says Cousins breaks Peyton's 5.477 yards. Ooh, I could see that happening. Not with Cousins, but I could see it happening. That record.
That's funny.
Style says, Zach, tell everyone how you absolutely killed it in a trade for Addison. I'm trying to remember what league that was. Was that Juliet? Yeah, that was Juliet. Well, I don't know that I killed it. I mean, I feel comfortable with the trade. I tiered down from Andrews to Pat. So I tiered down from Andrews to Pat Fryermuth. I got Jordan Addison and a second-round pick, and then sent away Brian Robinson and a third. Yeah, I might live to regret it, but I feel good about adding a little Jordan Addison to the Dynasty team. Oh, the golf league. Okay, yeah, I definitely feel like I won that trade. But you guys know me. I'm all about quality over quantity in deals. And I think for Seven Goats, his team is just nowhere near competing, so he just wanted to add as many assets as possible. But yeah, got Jordan Addison for 3 seconds and Tyquan Thornton. But yeah, I guess I have been adding Jordan Addison recently to my Dynasty teams.
Yeah.
Bland says, I'm pretty sure if you drafted CMC in 2019, you were 29.9% likely to win your league. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
That's kind of wild.
Juwan Johnson off the board.
Juwan Johnson.
There goes Stetson. I feel like if you draft Matthew Stafford, you have to get Stetson. You know what I mean? Like Styles here. Stafford in the 11th. Your 14th round pick has to be Stetson Bennett. There's just this weird aura, this energy around him being important, you know. And then I get Trey McBride with my last pick.
Trigger Trey.
So feel pretty good about that squad right there. I think that is it for today, guys. We didn't reach our like goal, but I do want to say a big thank you to everyone who did watch the stream, who hung out with us, who contributed in the chat. Go ahead and drop a like to show some love if you have yet to do so. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And if you guys want to hang out with us, tomorrow we will be live. It'll just be on a different channel. A lot of you guys know this by now. We have our redraft channel. So if you want to hang out with us tomorrow night, starting from 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time onwards, we will be live on that channel doing a redraft, mock draft, maybe best ball. We might be doing some best ball mocks as well.
Come through.
So come join us. In fact, we just dropped a video talking about 4 league-winning players in redraft. So go check that out. and a ton of content coming your way this week. That it should be very good content over there. So make sure you're subscribed over there, and we will see you guys in in less than 24 hours. All love.
Love.